Hi, come on in. It's Dana. There is a 3-minute thing you can do at this mirror tonight that does more for the crepey skin on your neck and jaw than half the jars lined up on your bathroom shelf, and it costs you nothing at all. Nobody sells it. There is no money in teaching a woman to use her own two hands, so nobody ever bothered to show you. That is not your fault. Now, I am not a dermatologist, and I never will be. I am just a woman who has stood at her own mirror doing this for 30 odd years and who watched her own neck start to go crepey somewhere in her 50s and decided to learn what actually helps. So come in close and let me show you slowly. We start at the neck, lay 3 flat fingers, or the long flat edge of a smooth stone if you have one, right at your collarbone, and sweep up, gently, along the side of your neck toward your jaw, up and out, never down. That is the very first move. And if you did only that one tonight, your neck would already thank you in the morning. Over the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through the whole thing, the neck, the jaw and cheeks, the little finish at the end that actually softens the look of the crepe, and the backs of your hands, which everybody forgets until it is too late. So stay with me. Go and grab your face oil or whatever moisturizer you already own and come back. I will wait right here. And I am going to be honest with you the entire way about what this does, and just as important about what it does not do. Nobody paid me a penny to say any of this. The one product I will name out loud costs about $10, and I buy it with my own money, same as you. This is the friend at the mirror, not a saleswoman. Before we do a single stroke, drop the shame at the door. Creepy skin on your neck and those fine little creases on the backs of your hands are not a moral failing, and you are not the least bit vain for wanting to feel comfortable in your own skin. I have sat with women who would not wear a scoop neck top to their own grandchild's wedding because of their chest and their neck. That is not vanity. That is just wanting to feel like yourself. Your skin isn't the enemy, it just needs a kinder hand now. So let me tell you, in plain words, what crepey skin actually is, because it completely changes what you can honestly expect from it. Crepey skin is thin skin that has lost its cushion. Picture a piece of fine linen that has been washed 1,000 times. It is soft, it is a little crinkled, it drapes differently than it did when it was new and stiff, but it is not torn, and it is not ruined, it is just older and thinner, and it has lost some of the plumpness that used to sit underneath it. As we age, the skin makes less collagen and less of its own oil, the fatty cushion under it thins, and years of sun quietly break down the springy fibers that once held everything taut. The neck, the chest, and the backs of the hands show it first, because the skin there is naturally thinner, has fewer oil glands, and takes the most sun while we are busy protecting our faces and forgetting everything below the chin. And here is the honest part, the part I need you to really hear before anybody sells you a single thing. You cannot iron new threads back into old linen, and you cannot massage collagen back into your skin either. Nobody can. Not with their bare hands, not with a pretty stone, not with a $300 gadget. Anyone who tells you their tool rebuilds your collagen or reverses your age is so. What does a face and neck massage actually do then, if it is not building collagen? Four honest things, and they are worth having. It moves the puffy fluid out from under your jaw and your eyes, so your face looks less swollen and a little more awake. It wakes up the blood flow, so your skin looks brighter and has a bit more color for a while. It relaxes the muscles you have been clenching all day without even knowing it. Most of us hold the whole day in our jaw, and it helps your moisturizer actually sink in instead of just sitting on the surface. Dermatologists will tell you the same, and the plain research on facial massage is genuinely clear on those points. Better circulation, better lymph drainage, better product absorption, and a calmer nervous system. Where the science stops, honestly, is at any promise of a permanent lift or a structural change. So that is exactly where I stop too. It depuffs and it softens the look. It does not reverse anything. Both of those things can be true at once. Which brings me straight to the thing I most want to save you from. There is a little electric wand, a microcurrent gadget. And the best known one runs somewhere between $300 and $400, and it promises to sculpt and lift your jawline. Here is the truth, friend to friend, and I have earned the right to say it because I owned one. The part of that wand that depuffs and boosts your circulation, your own two hands already do that for nothing. A simple gua sha stone, if you like the cool weight of it in your palm, is 10, maybe $30, and you do not even need that. The back of a clean cold spoon from your kitchen drawer works just as well. I did the expensive version for the better part of a year, years ago, before I finally admitted to myself that my hands were doing the same job the wand had been taking all the credit for. The one my own mother swore by was cold cream and a soup spoon in front of the hall mirror. And you know what? She was half right. All right. Let us actually do this. Together, slowly, follow my hands. First, your skin needs slip, or you will drag, and dragging is the one thing we never, ever do to thin skin. On clean, slightly damp skin, put down a few drops of a facial oil. The one that lives on my own vanity is the Ordinary's plant-derived squalane. It is about $10, it is feather light, it sinks in fast, and it does not clog your pores. If you do not have a facial oil in the house, do not run out and buy one. A little of your regular moisturizer on damp skin does the very same job of giving your fingers something to glide on. Damp skin first, then your slip on top. That thin layer of water, sealed in under the oil, is the beginning of something called a moisture sandwich, and I will finish building it at the very end of the routine. Hold that thought, because that sandwich is the part that actually plumps the look of the crepe tonight. Now, the neck. Slowly. Lay those three middle fingers flat against the skin, or hold your stone almost flat, not dug in like a little knife. You want the feeling of a firm, loving caress, not a scrub and not a scrape. Start at the collarbone on your left side. Sweep up the side of the neck, up toward the jaw and the ear. Light pressure. Up and out. 3 to 5 slow passes, and then switch over to the right side and do the same. The neck is where crepe announces itself first, and it is where the whole day's tension and fluid tend to pool. So if I could keep only one move out of this entire routine, this would be the one I kept. Let me stop you for 1 second here because this next part is the one most people get completely backwards, and it matters. When your hand reaches the jaw, you do not drag it back down your neck with any pressure. You lift up and out toward the ear, and then you let your hand float back down through the air with no weight at all to begin the next pass. We only sweep downward, gently, right at the very end, and only to drain, up and out, is the working direction. Down. With weight behind it, just tugs tired skin in the exact direction it is already heading, and we are not here to help it along. So up and out, float back, up and out. That is the whole secret of it. Now the jaw and the cheeks, start at your chin and glide along the jawbone out to your earlobe, following the bone. Same light pressure, same up and out, 3 passes on each side. Then the cheeks begin right beside your nose and sweep out across the cheek toward the top of your ear, following the line of your cheekbone. 3 to 5 passes. You may feel your face warm up a little, maybe even go a touch pink. And that is not a problem. That is the circulation waking up. That is precisely what we came for. And please do not forget the backs of your hands, because your hands give your age away faster than your face ever will. They are the most sun-exposed skin you own and the most neglected, and they crepe early because of it. A few drops of that same oil, and just knead them the way you would work in hand lotion. After doing the dishes, press the knuckles, stroke from the wrist toward the fingers, 30 seconds for both hands. Sun damage is a debt, and it quietly comes due on the backs of your hands in your 60s. Moisture now, and from tomorrow morning on a little sunscreen on them too, is how you slowly pay that debt down. It is dull advice. It is also the truest thing I will say all day. And the very same strokes work on your chest, the décolleté, that V of skin that shows in every summer top and every good blouse. It crepes for 2 reasons nobody warned you about. Years of afternoon sun coming in sideways through the car window and sleeping on your side, folding that same skin the same way, night after night. Use the flat, Light sweeps there too, moving up toward the collarbone. And if you are a devoted side sleeper, spending a few nights a week on your back does more for those vertical chest lines than anything you can buy in a jar. None of this is dramatic. That, honestly, is the whole point. The women whose skin looks cared for in their 70s are almost never the ones who found a miracle cream. They are the ones who did the small, gentle, boring thing most nights for years. Consistency beats intensity every single time. 5 easy minutes tonight will always beat 1 furious hour you never do again, and it will always, always beat the $300 wand that ends up shoved in the back of a drawer by March. Now for the finish. And please do not skip this, because this is the part that genuinely softens the look of the crepe tonight, not next month. Featherlight under the eyes and across the forehead first, barely touching, because the skin there is the thinnest on your whole body. Then take everything down and out. From just in front of your ears, sweep gently down the sides of your neck to the collarbone 3 times to drain out everything you just moved up. And now we finish the moisture sandwich. Right over that oil, while your skin is still a little damp and still warm from the massage, press in a second thin layer your night cream or a plain ceramide moisturizer, the kind that comes in a big tub for under $20 at any drugstore. Water, then oil, then cream. That little stack traps the moisture inside thin, thirsty skin, and skin that is properly hydrated looks plumper and less crinkled almost right away. It is temporary, that is the honest bit, and I will always tell you the honest bit, which is exactly why we do it every single night, and not once in a blue moon. Your skin isn't the enemy, it just needs a kinder hand now. Let me stop you one more time, because before you go and try this, there are a few things we never do, and I mean never, because I know some of you are going to try whatever I put on this screen, and I take that seriously. Never press hard. Thin skin bruises, and hauling it around does the opposite of what you want. Never do any of this over a fresh scratch, a burn, a sunburn, or any broken skin. Let it heal completely first. If you have active rosacea and your face is flushed and flaring, skip the massage part altogether. The friction can turn an angry face angrier. Just do the gentle moisture sandwich on those days and leave the rubbing for another time. If you have had recent facial surgery, filler, or any injectable, ask the person who did it how long to wait before you start pressing on your face. And here is the one I mean the very most, so listen close. I am not a doctor. If there is a spot, a mole, or a little bump on your skin that is changing in size, in color, or in shape, or that is itching or bleeding, or crusting and not healing, that is not a gua sha problem, and it is not a thing to sort out on YouTube. That is a dermatologist, and it is a real appointment. Please go, and do not sit at home watching it change. Bring your good habits with you, but go. And one more, because I see it all over the internet and it breaks my heart a little. Do not rub lemon juice or vinegar or baking soda or toothpaste on your face to brighten the crepe or fade a spot. I know the videos make it look clever and thrifty. It strips the very barrier we have been working so hard to protect. It throws your skin's chemistry right off, and I have watched women burn their own faces chasing a homemade glow. If you want to try any new oil or cream, patch test it first, a dab on the inside of your arm, left for a day, to make sure your skin is happy with it. Slow and gentle wins this one every time. Great skin after 60 isn't bought, it's cared for. So here is your whole 3 minutes, clean, and if it is easier to keep, take a picture of this screen right now before it scrolls away. 1 damp skin, then a few drops of squalane oil, or just a little of your own moisturizer for slip. 2 flat fingers or a stone at the collarbone, sweep up the neck to the jaw, up and out, both sides. 3 chin along the jaw out to the ear, then beside the nose out across the cheek, light up and out. 4 feather light under the eyes and across the forehead, then drain gently down the neck and give the backs of your hands their 30 seconds. 5 seal it all in with a layer of cream pressed over the oil. That is your moisture sandwich. Up and out, never down, gentle as anything, on damp skin with slip. 3 minutes tonight and again tomorrow. That is the whole thing. Now give it a fair shake before you decide anything 2 or 3 weeks, most nights. Skin keeps its own slow clock, and it does not answer to a single Tuesday. And let me be square with you about what those weeks will and will not bring, because I would rather you trust me than be dazzled by me. What you will get is a neck that looks less puffy and more awake, skin that feels softer and drinks its cream in better hands, that look a little more cared for, and 5 genuinely quiet minutes at the end of your day that are as good for your head as they are for your face. What you will not get is a brand new face or your 30-year-old jawline handed back to you, and I would far rather tell you that plainly tonight than sell you a beautiful lie and lose you. A massage depuffs, it soothes, it brings the blood up, and it helps everything you put on afterward do its job. It does not lift permanently, it does not reverse the years, and it does not replace collagen. That is the honest ceiling, and inside that ceiling, there is still a lot of comfort to be had. This is a friend sharing what has worked for her. It is not medical advice, and I am not a dermatologist. If something on your skin is changing, get it checked. Tell me down in the comments which part of your skin has bothered you the longest: the neck, the backs of the hands, the jawline, the crepe that shows in a scoop neck top. I read every single one, and it tells me what to show you next at this mirror. Your skin isn't the enemy, it just needs a kinder hand now. Be good to your skin this week a little, every day. I'm Dana, and I'll see you at the mirror.